Hey everyone, this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com, and I have the Lowrance Hook2 5 with the triple shot transducer right here. I just the other day I did a review on the Hook2 5, or the Hook2 4 bullet, the Hook2 4X bullet, and that's on our magnetic boat mount kit here. And I'm going to do the same thing in this review. I'm going to open up the box, pull out the fish finder and all of its trinkets, accessories, and I'm going to put it on the same mount as you see right here. That gives you everything you need to mount and power your fish finder and make it totally portable. Bring it with you on rental boats, your own boat, canoes. You can even modify them slightly with other parts that we sell to put it on your kayak. Very, very easily, very, very convenient, and again, it gives you everything you need to mount and power, meaning there is a battery and everything inside of our mounts to make these awesome fish finders from Lowrance portable. So without further ado, we'll have a look at, as I go through this, maybe I'll just put that closer to the camera. One of the things that Lowrance has done with the Hook2 5 and the Hook2 4X, and they have a 7-inch as well. I'm not sure if it gets bigger than that, I can't recall, but what they've done is they've essentially focused on making things very simple for the customer or the user, so that there's not a lot of depth in the menu systems. I've explored that here in the earlier Hook2 4X bullet fish finder that we reviewed. I spent some time going through the menu, and yeah, there isn't a heck of a lot of adjustability, if you will. So it's very simple and easy to use. So I'm excited about the Lowrance Hook2 5. They actually don't do this hook up here. If the camera would look up here, this guy here is the GPS version. They do a Hook2 4X that has no GPS, and the 4-inch screens that they used to do, like prior to the Hook series, there was the Chirp series, and prior to the Chirp series, there was the HDI series, and prior to that, there was just the Elite series, as they called it. So there'd be the Hook 4 Elite, and then there was the Hook 4 HDI, and there was the Hook 4 Chirp, and now there's the Hook2 4X. And the big changes, as I mentioned in that earlier video, you can watch that on our YouTube channel here. You should probably think about subscribing to your channel. We're always coming with new videos and showing off our new stuff, and obviously showing off the fish finders from the different manufacturers. But they were mounted, the earlier series that I went through the history of, they were mounted like this. And we have them all, actually. If you ever catch us in a trade show or what have you, you would see these on our display in the trade show. But now they've turned the unit to be horizontal, a horizontal displayed screen here. And the one thing with this, and where I was going with that, all of that information, was that there isn't a split screen. Like they would do split screens in the vertically mounted finders, the Chirp series, the HDI series, and there was down imaging in that 4-inch screen. This is a 4-inch screen, but just flipped on its side. They don't do that with the 4 series anymore. There's no more down imaging. There's no split screen. Actually, and we do have the Elite TI series, the 5 version, and the menu system actually looks fairly similar. When you go into the power button, you can get into the menu system, and it looks very much like that menu system here. So we'll just take you to the Hook2 5 here and start opening this up. I just wanted to give you guys a little preface to everything there. So haven't opened this box at all, not once. And so this is new for me here, just to see what everything looks like. So there you have the control head screen right there at the very front. Lowrance is always good about putting everything into cardboard and stuff and recyclable materials, other than the bags, of course, and even the bags now are becoming recyclable to some extent. So there it is, the Hook 5. You get a sense of the comparison there. The screen's not a heck of a lot wider. It's probably about a good half-inch wider and a half-inch taller or so. That's what it looks like. Same button menu interface. And one of the things I noticed is like on the top here, if it's a GPS, they have the GPS actually scrawled right into it. And this is 5TS, so that's triple shot. It's the Hook 5 TS, so you know exactly what you got. And it's marked right on the product. That was one of the new things they've done. This guy here, it looks like there's actually a little SD card slot thing here that you can interface with. There you go, yeah, there's a little SD slot there for saving some maps or waypoints or what have you. 2 separate cords, press fit cords. They've gone away from the screw-on style cord or like connectors. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. This, it looks like they put a fuse. They've put a fuse integrated right into the product right here. I believe that's what that is, and that is awesome if they have. That is a good feature upgrade from the past. So we'll just put that guy there, and we'll pull some more stuff out here. We've got a little subfloor. What's up? Let's put that guy there. There is the triple shot transducer. Wow, that is long. And I've got our tape measure here and our calipers to show what that looks like. Your typical mounting brackets, your power cable. I'm going to show you guys this in detail. Here's a fuse. They also included that in the Hook2 4X, and your literature right there. So that's it. That's everything in the box. And we'll go through this. So I haven't seen these things. I haven't held them in my hand, which, you know, we at fishfindermounts.com, we are all about mounting fish finders. That's what we do, and we are making all fish finders portable. So we're always very keen to get the latest and greatest from the manufacturers and to play with them and see what the form factors are, the design form factors are of their transducers, especially making sure that those are compatible with what we make, our magnetic transducer mounts, which are just fabulous. So we want to check that. We also want to check the mounting base. Does the mounting base, you know, fit onto our swivel plate? It looks like it's the exact same thing as the Hook 4X. I'm sure it is, in fact. So I'll show the camera here for all you fine folks out there that the holes, there's 4 holes that already line up for you, so there's no need to drill those holes or anything like that. They're already taken care of for you. So we will put that together very shortly on our mount, our 5 amp hour magnetic boat mount kit. And I got a couple other little accessories I want to show you guys while we do that. But so we have the control head here, and we're going to power that up in this video. And we have this split shot, or the triple shot transducer it's called. This does side imaging, I believe it does. And we can check that out once we power it up. We can verify that. I'm going to take this measuring tape here. It's in metric, so forgive me for that, all of you SAE guys. So we got about 26 centimeters here, if the camera can focus on that. About 26 centimeters, 26 centimeters in length there. So it's pretty long. And I'm just going to get my calipers. So if we take the calipers here and zero them out, put it into inches. And we'll just take this caliper here. I can't even get long enough for it, but you know, it's well over 8 inches, so it looks like it's about 10 inches altogether. So yeah, it's a long transducer. It's not very heavy though. That's the nice thing. And it looks like it's going to be completely compatible right out of the box really nicely with our products already. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. They've included a fuse, as I kind of mentioned earlier. That's good that they're doing that now. I thought it was quite cheesy in the old days where they'd say, well, you need to get your own fuse, and if you don't, you know, then we won't warranty it. I thought it was quite cheesy that they didn't include a fuse, and they insisted you should have it if you want a warranty, if you want it to be properly warranted. We'll rip this guy open. I didn't do that in the Hook2 4X EPS video there. That's a pretty thick gauge metal that they've used for that. That's your transom bracket. You do not need these pieces when you're using our product whatsoever. And then they've got the star locking kind of washer system that would go on the outside of this guy, and then it would go in there and it would kind of lock into whatever place you desired to have it. It would be stuck once you got everything screwed together. So those are the bits and pieces, all stainless steel, it looks like. I'll put them in one of these boxes here so you guys can see that. There's some rubber washers even with it. Interesting. That's a lock nut, like a nylon nut there, so it can't come off. And again, that sort of little funky little plastic locking washer, grooved washer. So then the power cable and the transducer are separate. In this particular guy, the cables were actually blended together. They were connected together. So there's just, I'll show you guys here. There's just one cable coming out of the back, whereas you'll see here on this guy that there will be two. So without further ado, now that you've seen it all kind of come out of the box and you see this nice long transducer, and what I spent some time on the Lowrance website or on their YouTube channel, and the reason why they designed these transducers really flat is so that you can mount them up against something in a more easier fashion. This guy here is quite interesting. If you want to put this on a little motor, like your electric motor, you can do a cable tie right through this, so you don't even need an extra piece, is the idea. I don't know how practical that's going to be. It's not a huge landing zone here, but it probably will work fine. So, you know, I've never taken the time to bother putting one on an electric motor, but a lot of guys do, so you guys can verify that if you get one of these, I guess, and you want to mount it that way. But you do not need to do that with our products. So we're going to take the control head, we're going to take the, we're going to take our mounting plate as we showed you in this video already, and we're going to take the mounting post so we can start to actually have something to stand this guy up on nicely and power it up. And we'll just turn it around. This is the front. This guy here is a fancy little, it's like two moving pieces, molded pieces of plastic here. This one's smoother than the Hook2 4X. But the way this works is when it's up, it locks, so you can't actually bend these guys, these notch tracks. And when it's down, you can bend them in, and of course that mates together with this guy here, the back feature, mounting feature of the control head itself. So it goes on like so, and you can hear it snap in, and then every time you want to change, if you do want to change and tilt it, you find the next position like so. You have to push these little fins in, and then if you want to lock it, you would take this guy and snap it up, and now you can't obviously manipulate this anymore, so she's stuck right in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out. Be careful with your fingers. Don't rip off your fingernail. This is kind of a little bit, once it's locked in, it's kind of a very sudden, surprising sort of movement it makes. So we'll put that guy there, and we will bolt this down. Now we'll go and switch over, looking at our kit here. This is our mounting kit, our 5 amp hour kit. You'll get all these parts together. I've added this. This is not part of the kit. I'm gonna show you guys what this is all about. This is a separate accessory that you can get from us. I'll just put that there for now. But these are the things on this board here are the things you'd get in your kit. You get your gunnel clamp, you get your power, section. There's a battery in here. Everything you need to mount and power your fish finder. You get your swivel plate as you see here. So all this stuff you see assembled is sitting here on this board. So we're going to take this guy, as I was saying, we'll just do a quick assembly process here because I've shown this in other videos, but it doesn't hurt to show again everybody what the Hook2 5 GPS triple shot, Hook2 5 triple shot. That's what this guy says, right? Hook2 5, yeah, triple shot. What that looks like mounted onto our products, our mounting systems that make your Lowrance Hook2 5 triple shot. It's kind of a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? That makes it portable. So we'll take this little hand driver here and get it started. I'll finish up with my little power drill, my little battery powered drill or driver. I'll just put this guy together here. So you can call us at 1-855-784-3474. Again, that's 1-855-784-3474 to get your awesome portable mounting system from us today, if you like. I'll just screw this guy down while we're going through it. Maybe what I'll do, I think I'm okay. So these screws that I'm using right now, they come up as a part of our kit. So they're in the kit for you, and they're just the perfect length to pop through. They barely pop through. You can see the very tips of them. You can just feel them just barely coming through. But that's why this rib system's here, so that it doesn't actually rub on the top of the battery box. It creates a little bit of clearance. So if your screws do pop through, you got a little bit more clearance there. For that issue to be covered. So we're going to take this guy now. Actually, let's take our battery box. Now, when you get it, it will be like this. It'll be all wrapped up in some nice plastic to keep it from getting scratched up and stuff like that. And you're going to want to, or you're going to have to take it apart. Take these 4 screws out. So once that's apart, what we're going to do, we're going to take our 4.5 swivel plate that we put the mounting post on, and you're going to get the plate with this hardware in it. You're going to take this hardware off. It is a T-bolt, or a T-nut I should say, and then you've got a plastic compression, or sorry, a rubber compression washer and a 1/4-20 hex bolt here. And you're going to take it. We'll just dump out, I'll smooth this stuff. We'll dump these screws into here, the lid. And inside, you've got a hex trap here, so that when you put everything together, it can't move, it's stuck in the hex trap. You take your rubber washer, put it on the top. You take your nice 4.5 by 4.5 inch swivel plate that you've mounted the post on, and you can put it on here. We won't do that yet because what we're going to do, by the way, here's your power cable coming out or exiting out of the box. And this, you can see the notch here. And if you were going to be putting this on a clamp, these holes would be drilled down below. There's a hole pattern, the 2 in the middle would be drilled, but I didn't drill these out because I'm going to show you a quick release space. So you know that you don't need, if you're going to have the quick release on the clamp, you do not need these holes drilled. We take care of that for you depending on if you order a quick release space or not, which is an accessory part. You just put this guy in here. If you had to take it out, you put this guy on top, the lid on top, and you would take these screws that you took out initially, and if the video camera could get up above here, you would take those screws and just tighten them down. Make sure your torque's not too high. You don't it that tight. So we have that done. And now we can take, from here on out, there's no tools really, well, there's just one tool necessary for crimping. I'll show you that in a few seconds here, a few minutes, or a minute or two. So we take that guy down together here, and we've got our nice swivel plate here that can swivel all the way around if we wanted to, just like so. And we're going to take our control head and mount it onto here, just like so. So it's almost ready to power up. There is a power, as we showed you, there's a battery inside, and this is the power cable coming from the battery, exiting out of the box. Everything's like a really tight fit, so you can't rip this out or anything like that. It's all cinched together, really tough and strong. And so we need to get this guy to be able to plug. This is your power cable, and on the back of the fish finder here, so you would be doing this with your boat. Like if you're not using our mount, you're going to be doing something like this operation here. And you're going to take the twist tie off. By the way, if you need to reorder any of these components from Lowrance, they have the part numbers right on the cables. This guy here is not stuck on very nicely here, but the part number is a little silver cable here, or a silver label, polyimide label. You can just get it from right there. There's a part number. But yeah, this guy is going to go, like, it's a press fit now. It used to not be, but this guy will go in like so. You can see this little nub sticking, this little feature sticking up here, and usually I think that's to be at the top. That's what the Hook 2 was like. It was at the top, so that fit in there nicely. So, you know, like we're looking at it saying, well, okay, how are we going to connect these two pieces together? So if you take this off, you can see it's just a cover, and we need another mating plug for this. So in our kit over here, if the camera could swing up over here, in our kit over here, there is this package that you'll get. We'll just move this stuff out of the way. There's this package of cabling that you'll get. And I meant to explain it in the last video, but I never did. I'm going to explain it now. This cable here is the cable that we're going to be focusing on next. But this cable here, we sell a charger with our products, a really good one. It's automatic. You can leave your battery on there for months, and it connects right directly to this plug, because it has the same plug as this. But if you happen to be somewhere else in the world, that maybe your power is 220, 240, or you already have some kind of a charger that works and stuff, you can, this cable will give you the capability to take your alligator clips from your charger, and you can clip them onto here, obviously red to red, black to black, positive to positive, negative to negative. You can clip them on and then plug that in and charge with this. So you do not need to actually open the battery box whatsoever from the first operation of you having to do it to get things assembled until the battery maybe needs replacement one day down the road. If you treat the battery well, you know, you maintain it well with a good charging product, it should last you for 3, maybe 4 or 5 years, depending on how frequently you use it too. Batteries do age with cycles. The more you use them, the more they're aging as well. So they age over time and they age with cycles. So this is the cable here that we are going to, that's going to make our fish finder have a plug, ultimately, that will plug directly in to here, like so. So we're going to take the power cable, which has these stripped wire ends, and we're just going to take the black and make sure these are called butt splice connectors, by the way, and there are some extras in the bag. If you make any mistakes or something gets damaged, you have a couple of other ones here. You can get them at your local hardware stores and stuff. So most of all of our hardware in here is all attainable on the open market. You don't have to get it from us except for our custom, obviously our custom parts that we make and design. The hardware stuff like this is all, you know, common stuff. You can get it and replace it out there in the world. So you take the black guy. If the camera can come up and above, we'll do it over top here. We take this guy, we take our crimping tool, and we just get it in there. Make sure it's stuck in there. Keep it pushed in and then crimp it up nice. I like to crimp it a couple times in 2 different spots so we know we're not coming out. And then we take the red side. Yeah, and indeed it's red to red. Good. And you may get a fish finder where a power cable has, you know, other little wires coming out of it too, like a yellow and maybe a green or a blue or something. With our products, you won't be using those. All you need is this red and black wire whatsoever. Take that guy and crimp that guy on there a couple times. Nice. So you can do a bit of a tug test, make sure everything's good, not coming out. And there is our crimp operation. Now you can see that the power cable ultimately now has the same plug, as I said before, as the fish finder itself. So here we go. We'll power up the fish finder here. Without further ado, we'll plug the two in together. Just turn that around. And there we have the Lowrance Hook. And this is the Hook 5 TS or triple shot. It's taking a bit of time to boot up and it's flickering a bit. I hope that's not a bad sign. Huh. It's not coming out of the boot screen. Huh. So, first time we open it up there, oh, finally she came into the boot screen. So that took quite a while. I hope that's not typical. So the boot screen on the Hook2 4X is very quick. Just like that, it's on. But this guy here took a long time. I wonder if we do it again, if it'll be quicker. So this guy here, right now it's asking us to actually do a setup here with the software. So select your language. We are English indeed. And this is the enter button here, this little 3-line thing with a little L-shaped arrow. And we just hit yes. It gives us a warning not to rely on it as your primary form of navigation, I think, something like that. And we're going to accept with the enter button again. Start demo. Yes, we want to show a demo here. And it indeed is starting a demo for us. How long that takes, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, it's taking a bit of time to load. So while it's doing that, I'm going to show you guys. So typically, as I was saying at the beginning of this video, this is the nice aluminum gunnel clamp here. It's got scuff guards on it, so your boat doesn't get scuffed up, or your rental boat that you're renting. You can use your stuff in all sorts of boats, your canoe, what have you. So you can open this guy up and then clamp that onto the wall or the gunnel edge or even the transom edge of your boat. And so you would open this up, take the battery out, and you'd screw this right to the clamp. But if you decide that for some reason, I'm going to put this guy aside because I've already got one here. If you decide you want a nice quick release base, 5AH quick release base here, you can put that right on your clamp. And you can get a couple of them if you want one on a kayak and you want one on your aluminum boat. We just had a customer that had he has a kayak, he has an aluminum boat and a float tube. And actually the battery box itself has the capability, if you're going on to inflatable boats with pontoon type inflatable bladders, you can actually thread a strap through here. We sell those as well separately if you want to buy them separately, or you can buy a whole system for that in that style or format of strap on. You strap your cable, your strap through here. If the camera comes close, it can see the strap slot, and strap that through. And if you're not using that, you can take the strap out and then you could put it on your boat very easily with this setup. You don't have to open up the battery box and do all that. You just use your quick release base and it's just on, just like that. It's on. It's awesome. So you can see here, there's notches right here and here, and those actually mate with the actual form factor of the battery box here, and that ultimately snaps, like is kept, the other side is kept down by this indexing pin here. And then when you want to take it out, you can just take it out like so. So we have one here, like, you know, pretend wise, you would put this maybe on a kayak, or you could even actually put this on a seat of a boat, whatever, wherever you want, a flat area of some kind of a boat. And just got to get our cables out of there. And there you have it on the quick release base. And this hardware here, I'll just show you that quickly. This hardware doesn't come with it. You would select it when you're buying this. You'd select which ones you want. These are actually the kayak ones here, kayak bolts. This guy here is self-tapping. So if you want to screw this down into, let's say, the seat of an aluminum boat, like let's say a bench seat, you can screw that down directly, self-tapping right into the seat. As an example, beside you. And if you have a kayak, you would drill the holes. These are 1/4 inch, so you'd pick a drill bit that's slightly larger than the 1/4 inch. Oops. And you'd put these guys in the middle, and then you'd reach underneath, and you would take these wing nuts, and then that would clamp it really nice and strong. And that would be all that you leave kind of on your kayak, if you will. We have videos, and customers have done videos as well, showing and demonstrating how all this works with their kayaks and our kayaks. So that is our 5AH quick release base that mates with this base. And I'm going to show you guys here. We'll take the cabling here and we'll put it all back together, just like the manufacturer had it. The nice thing is with our kit too, you can take it into your house and you can fool around with your fish finder and get used to using it. It's kind of a nice thing to be able to do, right? So we can take all this cable, and with your kit, you're going to have these cable ties. Yeah? You want to say something?
No.
Okay. You're going to have these cable ties, and you're going to be able to, and you'll see right here, there are some slots, cable tie slots. And you'll be able to tie everything nicely right down to those slots. First, what I'm going to do though is, before I do all of that, I'm going to take my transducer as well. And actually, come to think of it, you know what I think I'll do? I'm going to put it, well, you're going to want some transducer length, obviously, if whatever boat, depending on the boat that you're going to be on. So we'll take some out of this wrap here. And we're going to need this guy out as well. This is going to be attached to the fish finder directly. Again, the top of it is this little nub here. That's the top. Just plug this guy down there. This is called the triple shot transducer, as we mentioned earlier. We can take all of this stuff and keep it nicely together. Now, I'm going to tie it all up. I'm going to tie it all up together in one bunch with one cable tie of the 3 that I have. So now it's always together. I've left some length here, as we showed you earlier. Take these guys. We can trim it right down short. You can get cable ties anywhere, any hardware store, any sporting goods store or whatever, somewhere like that, hardware store, Lowe's or something. You can get all this, and we're going to take these guys, and here's those slots. We're just going to take our cable ties and thread them through the slots, and we're going to lay our cables right in here. So that way everything, as we say, fishfindermounts.com, our mantra is, we are making all fish finders portable. And if this is your fish finder, we are making your fish finder portable. For sure. And you can see right there, everything is nice and compact and portable. And we're going to trim it up. Everything's together. There's our side imaging. Beautiful looking, image there. So that's a top-down view. That's like a bird's eye view, side imaging. So we've got everything together. The only thing that we don't have is how are we going to mount the transducer ultimately, and that's where our magnetic transducer mount, this is the X-Power, our strongest conventional one. This is the one where it acts like an invisible clamp. If you do some research on our products, we have these magnetic transducer mounts, so you can put it on your kayak, your canoe, your aluminum boats. You can go very fast on aluminum boats with this on. Aluminum boats, like anything between your let's say 8-foot and 18-foot boat, their hull walls are very thin. They're like a couple credit cards thick. So you can actually use this, unlike a suction cup, which let's say it sucks, pun intended. This guy here, you can put on, and it almost acts like a permanent device, you know, like it's permanently mounted. It's that strong, it's so strong. We're going to show you that. This is how it looks when you get it. You can buy these standalone as well from us. So this is our X-Power magnetic transducer mount kit. It comes with one extension arm. You can buy more of those off our website if you wish. We'll just move all these bags out of our way. And we'll pull that guy out of there. We've got the root arm, as we call it, and this is for Garmin typically, these spacers. Garmin, I don't think those will be needed for the future transducers. They've released some newer design transducers that don't need that. They had a split in them, in their mounting point. This is the mounting point here for this particular transducer. They're triple shot transducer. So, you know, if there was two of these and there was a space between, you would have to use a spacer to gap that space, but this doesn't have that issue whatsoever. This has got one solid one, which is great. Very practical. I don't know why anyone would use the split. Maybe it was a patent issue, design patent issue, I don't know. But so our root arm, it slides apart. Just bear with me. There's a notch pattern here. I should do it this way. So you can see the device, how it can slide on. And it will go right in like so. Take your root arm. The root arm is the one where the top is square. It's not notched in any way. This is our extension arms. It's like a lightning bolt form factor. So you can see that you can actually make them together like so. You would take this shorter one out, put it in the place of this longer one, and move this longer one down and put it in this place to make it now 5 inches long. Each of these lengths is 2.5 inches long. So if you need more length for whatever reason, different boats have different form factors. This will give you the 5 inches of reach. But again, you can get more of these extension arms on our website under the transducer mounts category under shop on our website. So here we go to mount the triple shot transducer with a magnetic transducer mount. And we just take this guy and we make sure that the bolt goes through what we call our fork washer. It's got a couple forks coming off of it. It's a washer. And you take your wing nut and it's a clamp fit. So you just clamp it on there nice and tightly so it doesn't move anywhere. And that ultimately, like I said, you could use this extension arm if you wanted to be a little longer, but we're not going to use it in this video for expedience sake. And we're going to take this guy apart. This is our magnetic base. I'll show you what that looks like if you haven't seen it before. And you got the hex trap here again, so the bolt doesn't move. And now you have everything together. And you can see it on here right now. You can see how thick this chair is here. It's quite thick. It's got to be about, let's see, is it almost an inch? Not quite an inch, but it's getting pretty thick. It's 77.7175 of an inch, so it's almost an inch, getting close. So you can see that the magnet even, you know, here it is here. I'm going to show you, here's how you take it apart. You twist them, okay? So you get your hand on here, hold it firmly, twist the two apart, and then I just take my thumb and I do that, I leverage it off, and you can see how strong it is. If I take my hand, kids, don't try this at home. But you can see it's mounted onto my hand. That's how strong these magnets are. Now, this isn't on super strong. Like I said, your aluminum boat has a very, very thin, quite thin compared to my hand, or this chair, if you will. So when you get on an aluminum boat, this is on so strong, so tight, that you can go quite fast. Let's put it on. We'll take our 3/8. This is much thicker than a boat too, any aluminum boat. And thicker than kayaks too. They would be, kayaks are usually about 0.06 thick, roughly, depending on the kayak, but somewhere around that neighborhood. There you go there. So it's on, awesome. Like, and it's already like this. We wouldn't, like this would, you'd be able to travel some speed with this, with like something this thick, right? Like I say, an aluminum boat, really thin, you know, couple credit cards thick, you're going to be able to really jet, even with a big transducer like this on your boat. So we'll take that guy off, and we'll just put it back together. Keep your fingers away from the face of the magnets again. I can't stress that enough. You don't want to getting yourself pinched. I've done it myself before, and it is very painful. And just keep those guys together. You can do that like so. And so there we have it. Again, as I was saying, you know, with our quick release base, if you purchase that as well on the side as an accessory, you can mount this onto many different things. Kayaks especially, a lot of kayak guys like these. They'll bolt them down somewhere in their kayak, and then they can just quickly like click the whole system in. Of course, with the magnetic transducer mount, take the magnet off and on very quickly, and take this guy off, and you're done inside of a minute. So, you know, when you're done and you're fishing all day long and you're tired, you want to go, you don't want to be messing around with things. You want it to be quick and easy. You know that. I know that. Everybody that does what we do, fishing, knows that. You just want to go home and get your feet up and relax and talk about, hopefully, the day that you were slaying fish. So, again, this is Wade from FishfinderMounts.com showing you all my fine friends and audience out there. Our 5 amp hour magnetic boat mount kit. We obviously come with the clamp, a nice gunnel clamp. This opens, by the way, to 2 inches. We do have an extended one that opens to 3.5 inches if you want it. So what I'll do is, you know, if you guys, you've kind of seen the opening of the box, I'll show you the interface a little bit here. I played around with the Hook2. Let's play around with this guy. This guy here, this button here, will scroll you through the different. Okay, well, it does it a little different. Up here, this guy will do it just to screen because there's only like 3 screens. But this guy here, it's not touch interface like their TI series. But you can go into here and obviously select what you want. You can usually customize that. Actually, right down here, you can customize and assemble a window. Like, let's say you want down scan and you want sonar together. I think you can probably do that. So you hit the enter button, and then yes, you can do that somehow. I won't go into that because I'm a rookie. I haven't done anything, but I'm sure if I play around with it for a little while, I'll figure it all out. But again, their menu system here, how adjustable is it? Well, let's have a look at it. We go to the sonar. Let's see here. Actually, let's go up to settings. So we can, with your arrow button key, you can go and do a bunch of things here. Settings, waypoints, info, and then I guess your storage here. So you can load that in to your mapping system. And then you can enter into that, and then you can look at your sonar. Let's see how adjustable it is. So let's go into that. So you can look at a log of what the sonar did through your travels, I suppose, depth offset, water temperature. So you can't really change any frequencies in here or sensitivities. Maybe in your system. So there is more depth to this definitely than the Hook2 4X. chart. We're on simulate right now. So you hit the X, that'll escape you out of things. So if we go to, let's go to our charting. Do we have a map here? Yeah, there's our map there. And if we look at our chart, you know, you can save your waypoints. Usually, let's say you want to save over here, you hold this guy down, and then you can determine to save it. One of the things you might do though is you might mark it like what you want it to, like with a symbol that you want it to look like. So, you know, let's say you marked fish on your sonar there, weeds, what have you. You can, if that's a point of interest, you want to remember why you put that down, you can use these little symbols and have them marked onto the map. So there's some cool stuff. This guy here, as I'm seeing, there's some more depth to it for sure than the other guy. And I'm glad to see that, because I like to fiddle around with things. But if you just want to get up and go, you know, and you just want to see your standard sonar, let's go to down scan and select that. You know, like there you are, you're going, right? I don't know what frequency it's firing out. 455 kilohertz is what it's sweeping at. So, you know, you're going to get some good definition. And this is down scan imaging, so you're going to see weeds look like weeds. There's a lot of fish signatures we're seeing right here. So that is the menu system for the Lowrance Hook2 TS triple shot. That's a triple shot transducer. Once again, look at that on our magnetic transducer mount from fishfindermounts.com. We are giving you everything you need to mount and power your fish finder, and in a very innovative way. You don't need to drill holes in your boat, don't need to use any glues. Get your fish finder in the water where you can get the temperature, accurate temperature read. That's where they're designed to be, in the water. So our stuff will allow you to do that without, again, doing any damage to your boat, or, you know, if you're on a rental boat, you have no option but to use something portable. And our stuff is the bee's knees for that. So just in brief summary here, everybody, as I was saying, fishfindermounts.com, we make mounts that make your fish finder completely and utterly portable. And, you know, in this case, the Lowrance Hook 4, Hook 5, Hook 7, I'm pretty sure, they don't have any swivel capability built into the mounting posts. So that's okay with our stuff, because it makes it swivelable, like rotational for you. You can swivel it this way and that way. And again, just to sort of iterate and highlight the portability aspect one more time, this is your fish finder, are ready to mount on a boat right now. You take it on to, you know, like, actually, let me show you guys. This would be, theoretically, let's say you're going to go to a lake and you're renting a John boat there at that lake. Well, here is your kit right there. You're ready to go right here. Power, transducer mount, everything's ready. You get out of your car, put this on your boat in a minute, and you're off. And you know, it's quite, the form factor is quite small. It's as small as you can possibly get. And this battery in here will run a 5-inch fish finder for a good long day of fishing, you know, 8-10 hours, depending on how bright. If you can turn down the backlight, that's where I'm going with this, the backlight of the unit. And you can do that probably right here in the menu system, power, and you can just go into here, let's see here, brightness, and you can turn your brightness down if you don't need it all the way up. This will conserve power. The power, most of the draw of power throughout the day is drawn through the screen, the brightness and the light that it's generating, obviously, using energy that way. That's where most of your power is actually used. So if you can minimize that, that will help you extend the life of the battery for that day that you're fishing. And these batteries in here are rechargeable. We sell a charger, as I was mentioning earlier in the video. So thanks for watching this little open the box video, everyone, and definitely subscribe to our channel. Call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your amazing fish finder mounting solution from fishfindermounts.com. Thanks for watching, everyone.